So apparently, The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 2 takes place in just like a week, excluding the flashbacks. And this just reinforces that even though she's gonna pick Jeremiah, she's not in love with him. And she never will be. Like, is this you a week before you pick Jeremiah? This you a few days before you pick Jeremiah? And, let's not forget this. Oh, Belly. Silly, silly Belly. And, like, from what I've heard, at the end of this season, Conrad's not gonna be, like, giving her up. Like, he's not gonna let her go to be with Jeremiah. I think at the end of the season, he actually wants her back. But she still chooses Jer. And it's because he's the easy option. Because she sees him through rose-colored glasses. You know, you hear in the trailer, Jer is always there when I need him. Yes, because he sees you like a prize to win. Something he can finally win over his brother. That's why he's so doting. At least right now. Because if they follow the books, he's gonna eventually get fed up with feeling second best and cheat on her. And even then, she's still gonna see him through rose-colored glasses. But with Conrad, the guy she's actually in love with, she always assumes the worst. She is constantly jumping to conclusions. She has had it in her head for years that he could never, ever love her the way she loves him. And Conrad is not blameless in all of this. He should have done a much better job of communicating with her. But with all of her insecurities and the idea that he wouldn't love her the same way, she just sets him up for failure. Like, did he even like that girl at the boardwalk when he won junior mint? And that's also why she breaks up with him at prom. Because I don't think Conrad had any intention of breaking up with her then. And again, he really needed to have communicated better, like, really, and let her in. He was dealing with some real shit that her mind immediately jumped to, it's over. So I think the reason she chooses Jer is because she doesn't love him. Like I said, with Jeremiah, it's easy. With Conrad, she actually has to be vulnerable and put herself out there. She doesn't want to get hurt again after everything they've all been through.
So I wanted to discuss part of the reasons why I think Belly ends up choosing Jeremiah in or at the end of this season. There's a lot of different reasons, but I just wanted to focus on this one reason. And I think it's that she's at a point where she wants things to be light and easy and fun. She's 17 years old. Her relationship with Conrad developed during a time where things were very serious. They both fell in love really hard, and Conrad was dealing with a lot of issues with his mom being sick and then ultimately passing away. And Jeremiah does that for her at this point in time. Conrad is just much more serious minded, and his personality never was one that was light and fun and like that high energy that Jeremiah gives. So I understand why she's attracted to Jeremiah at this point in time. However, that being said, I think Jeremiah is just a now thing. I mean, we all know that it's a now thing, but if you're looking at it not having ever read the books, it's just obvious that Belly brings out that fun, light side out of Conrad. And the way that Conrad takes things seriously in life, I think, and feels deeply for things in life is what ultimately Belly appreciates in Conrad. They both complement each other. They are the yin and yang to each other's weaknesses. Belly has that fun and vivacious, happy-go-lucky attitude similar to Conrad's mom, and I think it's why both the boys find her so attractive. Conrad's deep love and I think stability that he will provide for her is what Belly ultimately wants and needs. When they both mature and grow into themselves, they will be perfect for each other. Jeremiah is her Mr. Right Now, and Conrad is her forever.
Okay, I have some thoughts about season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. First of all, was anyone else like me and didn't know about The Summer I Turned Pretty until the show came out? I wasn't part of the crew that read the books before the show even came out. All you OGs, let me know, like, did you learn about this in middle school, high school? Wonder where I messed up. I've been a book lover my whole life. My sister and I both love books. Mom loves books. Mom's an English lit major, so like you understand what I'm getting at. I read a ton of like little teenage tween romances when I was growing up. I didn't hear about this book until the show started coming out. I saw the first season, thought it was kind of cheesy. I rewatched the show and I am hooked. I have to know which brother she ends up with. I can't wait for the show to keep turning out seasons. I buy all the books, read them all. Now having read the books, I'm starting to see where season 2's at. Now that we have the announcement that season 3 is going to happen, I have some thoughts. Also, by the way, there are spoilers in here. If you don't want the spoilers, don't watch this video. First of all, she changed the fact that Belly and Conrad have sex. In the books, they don't have sex. In the second book, they don't have sex like at all. We don't really read about it or hear about it. So basically when they go to that house, the winter beach house situation, you just make out. They don't do the deed. And in the third book, it's a whole thing where once Jeremiah and Belly get together at the end of book 2 and you're going into book 3, Jeremiah is like sort of pressuring Belly into having sex with him. She doesn't, and she's like, I want my first time to be special, like when I'm getting married. That's what I always thought it was gonna be. Jenny Han changed that in the show, and I'm wondering if for season 3, Jeremiah is gonna once again try to pressure Belly, and now Belly is stuck with having to decide, do I tell Jeremiah that I'm just not ready? Do I lie and say that I'm a virgin? We all know that if Belly has had sex, there's only one person that she could have sex with, and it's Conrad. So Jeremiah would know that too. And so I think it's gonna totally heighten the stakes. I read like in a cast interview that Christopher Briney said that it's totally gonna heighten the stakes, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a plot line. Also, this is more of like a thought for this season 2, but I wonder if Cleveland's gonna buy the house. He should buy the house. I don't know how they're gonna deal with that, because that wasn't even a plot. Like Aunt Julia and Sky were not even in the second book, so don't even know what's going on. My main idea for season 3 is I wonder what they're gonna do with that. So I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts for season 3? Let me know.
What happened?
Okay, so I originally made this video just to be a little funny, but in all seriousness, I don't think Susanna was right to do that or to ask that of Belly. The same way in the book, I don't think she was right to ask that of Conrad to look after Jeremiah. Like, these are all children, ma'am. It's not their job, not their responsibility. And I do genuinely believe that Susanna had the best intentions with everything she did. But, like, sometimes that's not enough. You need to look further and see how that would affect them. And I actually made a video the other day where I was like, you know, Belly's trying to get over Conrad. She's in full denial mode. But, like, why can't she do that with someone other than his brother? And sometimes I forget what I myself have thought before, because I remember commenting on one of Jessica's videos, like, probably a month ago, that Belly probably feels this, like, weird pressure because Susanna had always said that she wants Belly to end up with one of her boys, or that she knew she always would. And so that's probably a big reason she's with Jeremiah now. I mean, if they stick with, like, the cheating storyline next year, and then Jer proposes, that's probably a big reason she'll say yes. I mean, I honestly see them sticking with the cheating storyline, and I don't think they're gonna stray from that. And side note, like, some of the leaks were saying that Jeremiah was gonna find out about Belly and Conrad sleeping together in season 2, and I just had a feeling that that was not gonna happen, because I think that's gonna be part of the reason Jeremiah cheats. But anyway, back on track. But yeah, just like the pressure